I'm Anna Burcham. Today I'm going to be talking about mental illness. It's not a very happy subject. It's kind of sad, but I'm going to talk about my battle with it. It's really personal, and I'm going to try to give as many details that I'm comfortable giving out, but just bear with me. Okay. So it all started, my first symptoms started whenever I was about 3. And I was sexually abused, and that made me incapable of feeling love and feeling love for myself. I hated myself. I would be sitting in the back seat of my mom's car, digging my nails in my skin, saying how much I hated myself and didn't deserve to be loved, or just this and that, just sad stuff that no 3-year-old should be thinking. And then I started getting paranoid, and at nighttime I would notice that people were laughing outside of my window, thinking that they were going to come in and take my family or kill them or something terrible. I just imagined the worst that would happen. It was really sad. And then that got a little bit worse after my house burned down. And this is my first memory of really thinking that someone was really watching me. And I had posters in my room and of celebrities, and I was boy crazy whenever I was little. And I had posters of the celebrities, and I remember walking in after my house, they got all the fire out, and we walked in to get our stuff. Then I noticed, hey, these guys are watching me. They reciprocate the love that I have for them. And it made no sense, but it was so comforting. I can't even explain how comforting it was, because that was my way of feeling love. That was my coping skill. It was part of my mental illness, but it was also part of my coping skill. And that's how I dealt with all the trauma. Well, then I started getting really badly bullied, and then it got worse. I started obsessing over the thought of it, and I was just crazy over it. And then as I got older, I started getting on different medication, and it got better. It did. And then whenever it got better, I got off my medication. That's really bad, apparently. I had no idea, but later on I found out you can't just quit your medicine cold turkey, because your mind doesn't work like that. It doesn't. It can't make up those chemicals that you need to be made, and it just doesn't work out like that. So try to stay on your medicine. Okay. So after it got a little better, I was still thinking that these celebrities were watching me, but I wasn't as obsessive over it. Then I had psychosis hit. And psychosis is whenever stress and your genetic makeup, it could be schizophrenia, whatever, and they come together and make a baby, making psychosis. That's how my therapist explained it to me, because I was like, what the hell is this? I don't know what's happening to me. Why am I so different? Why am I not the same person? Because I was not the same person for about a week. It completely changed me. I was gone. I wasn't Anna. After I went in the hospital I was in there for 5 days. I got out. The delusions, I was on the right medication, and the delusions went away. I didn't have any of those thoughts anymore, and it was so comforting, but at the same time, now I have to find love, through somebody else. I have to find it through myself, and I have to find it with my family and my support system. And it was such a hard road, because I had to learn that I had schizoaffective disorder, which is schizophrenia. And that was always my biggest insecurity, was being crazy, because I knew that it ran in my family. And it was just heartbreaking whenever I found out, yes, indeed, you do have your biggest insecurity. You are schizophrenic. And that was really scary. I cannot tell you how many times I've cried about it, how many times I've throwing myself a pity party because I'm like, oh, I can't be a normal person. I can't go and do normal things. Yes, I can. I can go to school. I can go get a job. I can work full time. I can do whatever because I'm taking my medication. I'm taking the right steps to where I don't have another relapse. Yes, I've made a few mistakes. Like, I am not perfect and I'm making a few mistakes right now with it, but I'm really working on it and I'm keeping up with my doctors and I'm keeping up with my medication. And I no longer have that paranoia. Nights aren't scary for me anymore. It's a huge, huge relief that I finally got help. And I remember that day that I really lost my mind. I asked for help. I did. I was like, I don't know what's happening to me. I don't know why I'm thinking these things. I don't know why I'm having these racing thoughts. And my mom was like, do you want help? And I was like, yes, take me to the hospital. So I Baker acted myself. And that's how I was in there for a week. Well, since then I've been dealing with depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. The depression it comes and goes. Anxiety comes and goes. Suicidal thoughts comes and goes. It's going to be like that for the rest of my life. But just as long as I get a hold on it and I reach out to somebody that I know loves me and cares about me, I know that it's all going to be okay. So there's someone out there that can be your support system. You need to find that because it's so important to feel like you are loved through this. It is so hard going through this alone, feeling so isolated, because I know whenever I was going through it, even with my huge support system, it's ridiculous because I'm so thankful, I'm so blessed, but I don't even remember what I was saying because I don't know how I got so lucky because I couldn't do it without them. So that's my biggest piece of advice is find your support system. And then the next step is always staying on your medication. And if you want to get off, just try to talk to your psychiatrist about it. I would not get off by yourself because that's what I did and I really lost my shit. So it's a really long road. It's really hard. I've been dealing with the symptoms for 17 years now, but I have made it a little bit better. I've really, really worked on getting myself better. And that's what you have to do. You gotta work. You gotta fight. You gotta fight for that mental health. You gotta fight for it. Because it's not just gonna come to you, unfortunately. But I just wanted to really share my story. And if anybody has any questions, any more questions about what I went through and want more details, I will gladly tell you. And I'm wanting to be super open about this because I remember whenever I was feeling so alone and feeling like nobody else was going through this, it was really, really scary because I thought I was the only person who has schizoaffective disorder. I'm the only person who has schizophrenia. I'm the only person that's dealing with depression and anxiety, and I'm the only person that wants to die this bad. And so I just started listening to positive music, surrounding myself with positivity, and I just got tatted up to remind myself. I just have daily reminders to myself that everything's going to be okay and I'm strong and I've got this. I have Warrior right here with a semicolon. It's Demi Lovato's song because that's my girl. Hey, she's awesome. But she came up with that song Warrior about sexual abuse and mental illness, and it's like the best song ever. If you can relate, I tell you, go listen to that song and live by it because it's amazing. But I think that's all. I think I covered it all. I'm still not completely better, but I don't have any of those paranoia thoughts because I'm on the right medication and I keep up with my psychiatrist. And they are definitely on my ass about going. So it's really nice. It's really nice. So just find your support system and stay on your medication and everything's going to be okay.